Hi there, thanks for joining. I'm going to do a quick video now. It's going to be about how, as a product director or someone who owns a roadmap, is able to plan and track and collaborate on delivering that change as well. Really remove the friction and the disconnect from that roadmap and the vision and the objectives on it, and make it so it's totally integrated with the team. And so everyone has their autonomy, but it's an aligned autonomy. So this is the first of 4 videos I'm going to do, and this one's really directed at the product directors, product managers. I'm going to go with product managers, but it's really about the ones who've got the direction. And it's just going to do the very first fundamental thing that you want to be able to maintain to ensure that your vision or collection of vision statements are available to nest the objectives to. So I'm going to do this in a very practical demonstration in a second. When we talk about the foundations, when I talk about the foundations, to planning and tracking and collaborating, there are really those things that I've got down at the bottom there, which is you need a board, you need a visual, you need a cadence, so you need a rhythm for doing it. You need a ceremony, because just like going to the gym, these things, they need that little bit of attention and you need to schedule that. And then everybody needs to be clear on whose role it is to maintain it. I've said here this is the product manager's role, the person who's ultimately responsible for that product. Now, if you're in a product organization, it's probably going to be a product director, but in scale agile corporate environments, product managers generally own this. And now the cadence there, I've put 6 to 12 months. So that's like the minimum. You would want to look at it more often. You're definitely going to look at it as part of your objectives, but your objectives are going to be the core thing that you're delivering. What I want to do is show you practically how little work this is, but how incredibly beneficial this will be to have this in a single system where everyone can see your board. I'm only going to really put a few items on this board as well. So this is the vision statements board, and it's totally integrated with everything else we can see. I'm just going to hide this thing over here. I've kept it very simple. We have the work in progress, we have the stuff that's done, and we have the stuff that's to do. And really all we're going to do in order to plan and track and collaborate on those things, we're just going to make sure that these cards are on this board and they're assigned. So if we wanted to put a new item on here, we would come here, we would say this is the new vision. Oops, let me get this correct. Item. It says add to top, but it's likely that you're not going to want it to be the top priority. Maybe it is the top priority, and we certainly won't drag it into progress just because it's the top priority. And then there's a little bit of refinement you would do on that. Now you could do that alone, and it's continuous, and that's the autonomy that you've got as a director. When you're at the top, you've got that autonomy automatically. But what we'd really want is, before we move on to getting the objectives, make sure we understood that, is get it refined. Make sure that that title's good. Make sure there's a definition and something that people can anchor to. Someone would want to take that assignment, so we know who to go and ask about if we've got more questions. And then it's really, once you've got that information, let's save and close that. It's really there on the board. The last thing to do is to prioritize it. So you wouldn't want to go any further on that if it wasn't your top priority. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's our second priority. We'd probably be refining this one and getting this one ready first. This one hopefully is refined and is now got the objectives. I'm pointing at these things here. These are the projects, the portfolio's objectives, but I'll talk about that in the next session. So we're going to move on to objectives next and in an OKR framework. But for today, that's this video done. That's how you'll get your visions onto a Kanban board, connected with the team, connected to the activity that's going to go on in that team. Hope you found that useful. Thank you.